Good evening, and thanks for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Brooke Buckner here with meteorologist Simone Thomas. And if you joined us last night, around this time we were talking about how gloomy of a day it was yesterday, but today Mother Nature pulled through. We're ending on a really nice note.
We did end on a very nice note. I mean, we started out the morning with a few clouds still across the eastern half of the state. As we continue through the day, things have started to clear, but overnight we are tracking some fog developing across southeastern Arkansas. The National Weather Service just issued a dense fog advisory for the southeastern corridor of the state until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is including cities like Pine Bluff, Monticello, and Camden. So if you're traveling through any of the shaded counties, especially in the morning on that commute, make sure you're carving out extra time to drive slow in the morning. Visibility could be as low as a quarter of a mile. Now, thinking ahead to the rest of the day when you're sending the kids to the bus stop, likely going to be one of those days they need that light jacket or sweater. We're starting out the morning in the upper 40s to lower 50s with pretty clear skies by recess or lunchtime, warming up to the middle to upper 60s. Tomorrow afternoon, looking to see those highs peaking along the upper 60s to lower 70s, above average for this time of year for a lot of people. But as we continue through the day, looking to see a lot of sunshine, clouds starting to pick back up as we head into the evening. That next chance of rain, though, is down the line. We'll be talking more about that in the week ahead in your 7-day outlook.
All right, thanks, Simone. Developing right now, North Little Rock police are investigating a deadly vehicle accident that happened earlier this evening. According to reports, the accident happened on the Broadway Bridge in North Little Rock. As of right now, lanes are back open to vehicle and pedestrian traffic. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information. And over in Pine Bluff, officials are investigating a deadly traffic accident too. According to police, it happened at the 4600 block of Dollar Way Road Saturday morning. That's where a reported collision took place involving a truck and a person. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver stayed there and cooperated with them. However, the investigation is still ongoing. In the same week, voters revoked a casino license in Pope County. The group holding that license is filing a lawsuit, hoping a judge will step in. The lawsuit filed in federal court Friday says state officials never should have allowed issue 2 on the ballot. The group states the language of the issue left out important information about how the deals and agreements to build the Legends Casino would be disrupted by a vote for issue 2. It also claims the changes to the amendment are unconstitutional because they came from an effort by a competing business, in this case the Choctaw tribe. In a statement, lawyers for the Cherokee Nation said they are, quote, firmly committed to protecting its constitutional rights, defending its lawfully issued casino license, and safeguarding the substantial investments it made in good faith. State Attorney General Tim Griffin has already issued a statement calling the suit, quote, baseless. CBS News projects President-elect Donald Trump has won Arizona's 11 electoral votes, raising his tally to 312 versus 226 for Vice President Kamala Harris. Christian Benavides has more with Trump as he's preparing to fill key cabinet positions in the days ahead.
Mr. President, come talk to us.
President Biden did not answer questions from reporters as he and the First Lady walked on a Delaware beach Sunday, including whether he thinks he could have beaten President-elect Donald Trump in last week's election. Trump won a clean sweep of the 7 battleground states in his dramatic comeback victory. CBS News projects he flipped Arizona to the win column after 2020's loss to President Biden.
I think this is a presidency that has a mandate like we haven't seen, as you mentioned, in 36 years.
The president-elect and his team are building his second administration from the ground up while examining both domestic and foreign policy. Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty is one of several names floated as the possible pick for Secretary of State. On Face the Nation, Hagerty reiterated his opposition to U.S. funds going to defend Ukraine.
President Trump will find a way to deal with this. I'm not going to get ahead of him. I'm certain that he's going to find a way to navigate this that's in the interest of the American people and will stop the carnage.
The Trump transition team is meeting here in West Palm Beach, Florida. This week, President-elect Trump heads to Washington to meet with President Biden. As they sit down in the Oval Office in a display of the nation's transfer of power, foreign policy is likely to be on the agenda. On the campaign trail, Trump said he wants a quick end to the war in Gaza. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Hamas is blocking that effort.
In Gaza, it really, today, is not Israel that is standing in the way of a ceasefire and hostage deal. It is Hamas.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's spoken with Trump 3 times in recent days. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Back here at home, the city of Little Rock is looking at next year's budget without money they had hoped would come from the recent sales tax vote. City leaders hoped they would have extra funding to work with when they advocated for the mayor's sales tax, but voters struck it down. Kevin Howard is the director of housing and neighborhood programs for Little Rock. As the city grows, he's asking the board to approve additional code enforcement officers.
So we've seen apartment complexes come up left and right around the city, and addressing some of those needs is just hard when you have 5 inspectors that go out and inspect these units on a daily basis, Monday through Friday.
City officials also gave an update on the city's first micro-village for unsheltered people, which is expected to be finished next spring. The design is finished, but they're looking to get creative with funding for mechanical and electrical parts of the property. The city hopes to capitalize on more grants and philanthropic money to help get additional funding for the departments. We're still a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving, but the countdown to Christmas has already started for some, like the Heights community in Little Rock. THV 11's Maya Ellison checked out some of the festivities there earlier today. Maya, how was it?
Well, I don't know about you, Brooke, but it seems like we just skipped right over Thanksgiving as everyone is getting into the Christmas spirit pretty early, especially the Heights community who celebrated their annual holidays in the Heights event, bringing merry festivities for young and old to enjoy. The holiday season for some is considered the most wonderful time of the year, a time where friends and family gather together to cherish the festive moments. However, for the Heights community, they're getting a head start on the holidays.
But here in the Heights, we celebrate early. So we're having fun decorating cookies for the kids, and then we have Elf on the Shelf. All of us like to participate all throughout Kavanaugh to give everybody a little bit of a holiday spirit.
Holidays in the Heights has been an annual staple to the community, incorporating local businesses in the area like the Charlotte Joan Company, Toggery, and more. The community event gave everyone the holiday cheer.
Right now, we're actually doing letters for Santa Claus. We have a nice little envelope. We have our nice little stickers where also our parents can do our return address, and we're mailing them to Santa Claus so they can get a nice little something from Santa.
There's something nostalgic about going into a store where there's toys and kids come in and make their wish lists, and it's fun. It's fun to shop for kids.
From decorating cookies, grabbing your favorite balloon animal, making friendship bracelets, riding the holiday trolley, and more, the festivities were endless. But it was the pictures with Anna and Elsa and Santa and Mrs. Claus that stole the hearts of all.
What I love most about the holidays is family coming together, seeing the community come together and just being joyful and celebrating each other.
As the festivities continued throughout the day, it was the smiles of all that radiated, showing what the holidays truly mean. Whether you find yourself sprucing up the tree, shopping for holiday gifts, or spending time with loved ones, the contagious holly jolly feeling in the air makes it enjoyable for all.
This event also brings in a lot of members of the community where they can welcome the holidays together, where we get to see our friends in the community.
And as I went around the community, I asked many residents what they love the most about the holidays. They told me the time they get to spend with family, opening presents, and the joy Christmas brings that means the most. For me, the holidays are my favorite, so I can't wait until we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving and, of course, Christmas. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Maya. The next step in the Lake Conway renovation project starts this upcoming week. It's one of the largest single habitat projects that Arkansas Game and Fish has ever tackled. Tomorrow, more than 600,000 pounds of gravel in these bags will be delivered by helicopter to various points of the lake. Game and Fish will use it to boost the fish spawning habitat of the 76-year-old lake. The concrete has to be delivered by air instead of truck due to the softness of the lake bottom. One of the most lopsided races in Arkansas this election cycle, overwhelming support for Issue 1. We're hearing from groups excited for the new possibilities the change can bring.
Well, if you like today's weather, you're going to love tomorrow's forecast. Tracking sunshine all day with highs climbing to the lower 70s. A look at the week ahead is coming up after the break.